Hello and welcome to Wine Raccoon. Today we have Franzia Cabernet Sauvignon. For those of you who have watched my videos quite a bit, you happen to know that typically I do drink wines from bottles. However, in order to provide you with more quality content that is not only economical but less drunken, I have decided to start going and trying to find smaller bottles of wine if I can, and I found some of these boxed wines, which, hey, you know what? That's fine. If you're a wine raccoon, you don't care if it comes in a box or a bottle, so long as it all tastes the same, right? So, wanted to address that. Now, this is from California. It does not have a year on it. Typically, these kinds of things have been made in the last year or two. Kudos to them. They did put the body and sweetness on the side of the label, which I think is fantastic. And they also put the tasting notes, cherry and plum with a hint of oak, which is great. This is supposed to be kind of on the medium dry side and full-bodied, which is fantastic. So let's give it a taste and see what we can find. Right away, again, if you know me, you know that I like sweeter wines, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to shy away from the drier wines, because everyone deserves to have their wine tasted regardless of whether it's my favorite or not. Immediately I'm like, yep, this is on the drier side. And when I say that something is dry, it means that it makes your mouth feel dry, it makes your tongue feel dry. You really get that oak. It says hint of oak, but toward the front of your tongue, you really get that oaky flavor. You get a little bit of cherry on the sides of the tongue. The flavors are not terribly distinct in this one, with the exception of the oak. You can get a little bit of very faint plum on the back of the tongue, but it's quite hard to distinguish. So a little bit of cherry on the sides. Really, if you're going to get a flavor from this, it's going to be an oaky flavor, which I typically kind of associate oak, smoky, herbal with more dry wines. That's just what I think of when I think of more dry wines. So be aware of that if you're going to go for something that is more on the dry side, it very likely is going to have strong notes of those kinds of things. Just want to see if there's anything else I can taste, and no, not really. So yeah, I think that's really all I have for you. Mostly oaky, flavors are very mild, and it really just kind of gives you that dryness. So on a scale of 0 to 5, 0 being I never want to drink this again, and 5 being I want to drink this every day, I'd give this a 1. I would give this a 1. It's not like, you know, get sick awful by any means, but it's just, in my opinion, it's not terribly enjoyable. It doesn't have a strong flavor. It's just oaky and dry, which, go suck on a piece of wood, you know, yeah. So I think that's it. If you have any questions, comments, or recommendations, feel free to drop those in the comments below, and I look forward to having a sip again with you soon.